Alright, I know it's been a while since I made a video, so I don't know what I talked about in a couple of last videos. I think I talked about the B, the 3010, here's the 50. Y'all can see the fenders, obviously, you know what that means. Purchased a D. Had no compression. Figured out why. The valves were stuck wide open, and when we took the rings out, the rings were actually stuck in the piston. So took the motor up to, or the pistons up to the machine shop. I got the motor worked on, the 50 and the B. They're gonna order me new rings and the connecting rod bearings. They're gonna be hard. They're gonna be expensive. I'm not trying to leave this. Trying to put not that much money as I did with the 50 and the B. I put electrical tape around it because I was trying to create oil pressure because I got a new gauge for it today. But obviously, the motor's spinning faster, so it's going to create more pressure. So, on the bottom of here was all gunked up with all this nasty shit. So I cleaned it all out, put oil on it, cranked it a few times, dumped it out, put the oil back in it. So hopefully, I got oil flowing through everything. Flows through here, flows out of there. I don't know if I talked about this already, but I tried taping it to create pressure. That's why the electrical tape on it, but it's not going to do it because it's not spinning as fast. So, well, yeah. But then I figured out, kind of screwed myself over, because the governor goes right here, and on the B, there was a mark on that gear. Now, on the D's, they didn't have marks on the gears. So somehow I got to figure out how to line the governor gear on the inside of that with that gear, which is for your timing for your spark. So it's gonna be real difficult. I got to talk to a bunch of people to see how this works. I looked over the whole gears and everything. There's no marks. Did some research. Said there was no marks on the gears, and it's all about, like, you have to have the one valve open, or you have to have the crank turn the one way, the valve be open. It's just really difficult. So I might hire somebody to come over here and help me with the governor situation if I can't figure it out. Valves are actually all freed up. Ordered 4 new valves for it. Problem was, this valve was really big, or the spring was really big. I ordered new springs. This one was huge, so we had to actually grind around the edges to fit in there. When I ordered the springs from Steiner, they said you might have to hone the inside of this out for the spring to fit. But we just grind a little bit off, and everything works fine. Because the one spring that was on it was actually broke off. So, cleaning the valves up, as you can see, everything looks good. Probably mess with that tomorrow. Not sure. Magneto. Don't know that much about these that well. The 50s is pretty easy. I wish it was like the 50s, which had a battery on it. It's got a coil and everything like that. It's the most easy setup ever. Yeah, try a slow process. Took the fenders off. This tractor is the most easiest tractor I've ever worked on, actually, in the 50 and the B. Because everything just, because you got your radiator, your valves, everything like that. Couldn't figure out what this rod was for. It goes all the way to the very end. It goes through all here to here. Apparently this is the coolant. It's supposed to be a little valve piece that actually goes in the carburetor. And they said when the engine starts tapping, you pull on this and it sprays water. Not a lot, but it sprays water down in the pistons to make the tapping sound go away. But they have it plugged up. And then I got new spark plugs for it. So, This was clogged. This was actually stuck too. Had to get that freed. Then I got the books today for it too. So parts manual, which is really nice to have, and the service manual, the operator's manual. Pretty nice to have. So kind of hoping everything goes back together smooth. And then I need a new radiator because there's a hole in the front. This is like a goofy looking radiator. So I'm not sure if that piece is attached to this. I don't know. Or should I take the radiator to a radiator shop to have them fix it? Don't know. How much is going to charge me for them to fix it? I have no clue. All radiators I find only go up to here. I've never seen them come out to here before. And the bolts are already actually broken off. Someone else did that. And surprisingly, all the bolts are hand tight on this thing, so somebody's been in there before and they feel like messing with it. Then, when I got the tractor, I noticed this, all the welds on it. Well, I guess it was leaking, so they stuck this piece of metal over top of it. They welded it all the way around where the coolant's at, where it flows around the coolant. So hopefully that holds up. Bearings on the fan shaft are good. I know that the wear pads on the fan were just shot. They were just gone. It was just, you spin the flywheel and the fan would just sit there and kind of slowly grab here and there. Then the intake. Let me take the intake off so it'll fit in the garage. There's all this shit inside of it. And that's all inside the air intake. You know, it's all down in the heads. Don't know what it is though. I think it's like shit from the fields and stuff like that. I don't know how I even got in there. It looks like a bird went in there, made a nest. It's all in the filter too. I need a new sediment bowl, or what's sediment bowl? Oil bath cleaner bowl. What else do I need? Didn't know the valves were actually on the valve covers. I think that's pretty cool. Just pretty neat. Oil tank's actually, or the oil tank, the fuel tank's actually pretty good. It's got a little bit of stuff in there, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that well. It's a little bit of rust. I haven't checked this little tank. Actually, that cover right there has a crack going up it. Might get some JB weld and just fill it back in. I'm not trying to put a lot of money in this tractor anyway. Now the drawbar, I guess that bolt right there goes to the drawbar. It was up when I got it. You used a forklift to actually get it up onto the trailer. And it broke out. There's like a piece for it. So another question is, I don't know if this is the original seat or not. So I thought it was supposed to have like the pan seat, like my B had. Never seen a seat like this, and it's all welded. I don't know if it's supposed to be like the 50 seat. We're supposed to have a back pad and a cushion. Not too sure. And I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be where the PTO, if you want a PTO, I guess that was optional back then, I guess. Everything moves, surprisingly. Throttle cable was stuck inside the tube. Got it freed up. So clutch, everything actually works pretty great. Besides the crack right here, I'm hoping I can just loosen this up, put a pad on it. I don't know if the D's actually have pads. I'm pretty sure it had a pad. If not, I'll just wear the metal off really fast. I know on the steering, because there's your steering arm right there. Down here, it's all gooped up with stuff. I don't know if there's a seal on the inside, or I don't know. This is water. This is a lot of grease. I think it's grease. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm gonna take the spikes off because my dad was gonna be destroying the driveway, especially this one. Didn't know you can just slide it right off. That one's actually on the outside, and that one's on the inside. Pretty stupid. And then put that right there and just put it. Yeah, hopefully everything goes great. I put gasket maker on the oil pump. Looks like it's leaking. A little bit of oil right there. So I gotta put a pan underneath there in a minute. Yeah, I put the gasket on. It wasn't creating oil pressure, so I stuck the gasket maker on it, tightened it up, made it too tight to where I couldn't spin this. So I backed them up a little bit. They're still snug. One dude said that the gasket has to be really thin so that the oil doesn't go in the other gear, because there's two gears right here and here. This gear right here, oil comes up to the bottom, this gear spins it, moves up to the top, flows down to that line into the oil filter, is good, which disperses the other lines. This is pretty cool. I like how it's chain driven. The chain are like huge on it, huge ass chain. Yeah, I think it's a cool tractor. It's a lot different than the 50 and the B. So I like to get running. Really cheap to see how it runs and how it drives. So I think that'll be it. And then I also figured out I don't think it's the right carburetor for it too, because it looks like a B carburetor. So I'm pretty sure that the D's didn't have this piece that bent down for a choke cable. They just have a little knob sticking out so you can pull it up and down. So no clue. It might be it because there's the threads right there. That actually, the piece I was talking about earlier, that piece actually screws into there. So